it's gonna be really interesting to see who's gonna go home on Saturday, because there's a lot of these teams that have a high expectations behind them. Old But Gold doesn't. I think that also helps out. It's like, you know, they got the home crowd.
Yeah, yeah.
They're just the lucky bunch of lucky-go-happy guys that just want to play some Dota, and they just want to win. You know, they don't. I think they don't care too much about getting points for TI and stuff. They just want to play. They want to win. That's why they made this squad.
That's quite a 180 from like OG's life as well, right? Because I think they
Yeah.
felt that way going to TI.
Yeah.
Right. Of course they wanted to win, and of course they were very competitive and stuff.
Sure.
But they certainly had no real expectations or like no real fan pressure heading into that tournament. And now the exact opposite has happened to their lives.
Yes.
Where now there's all this pressure and this burden on them to be like, you know, even just being at the minor, they probably feel is just, you know, a little below the expectations you would hope.
Well, same bans coming out from Old But Gold, and on the side of OG, they ban out Lifestealer and CK, meaning Pango and Nyx Assassin that were banned out previous first game, are still in the pool.
Right. Okay. So instead of the Chen and the
Instead of the Chen and the CK, yeah.
Yeah, the thing about Chen is you outnumber your opponents so easily. Even if you have, let's say, 2 heroes on a different side of the map, Chen just TPs to a bottom lane where you have 2 heroes, calls one from the other side, and suddenly you have 4 heroes against 2, max 3.
Yeah, this is just more is better. Just outnumber your opponent. Is a victory set in
I mean,
stone.
4 is stronger than 2.
Wow.
This is also math.
Man, I'm glad I came to Europe to learn something. This is
I would say
great.
4 is more than 2. Hey, there's that Nyx
Wow.
Assassin.
Okay, so my big question was, what is the pick now? Because ET, I think, was the pick here, right? Before his nerf, I feel like most teams were opting for that hero. But this is definitely because of the matchup, right?
Where is the Viper?
Also a fair question.
He's available.
I honestly-
He
Shadow
was
Shaman.
ignored previous game.
I think his nerf was really hard. I really think that hero's a lot worse. Because the big part about the jungling was that you double stack the Nether
Yeah.
Toxin. That was huge.
Most
And
of the
then it's
people-
also for roshing, too.
Most of the people didn't realize that.
Yes,
that
yeah.
it works.
That's why
and
it was
stacks.
so broken.
Yeah.
But now that's been removed. I really think the hero, and he got other nerfs on top of that too. But this Nyx Assassin is because of the Ember, essentially,
Yes.
right? This is like a don't pick Ember, don't you do it.
They are not.
But the hero, I mean, Nyx looked really good earlier today. They had a Nyx into, it was like a Necrophos, all kinds of heroes that the Carapace was paying off with. Like
Earlier
2-0-4.
today we had a Bane Pango opening that worked out real great.
Yeah, for the Penguins.
Yeah, I want to see some
Okay.
Pango.
That was also versus
This
Nyx, I
hero
believe.
is insanely
was.
good.
Yeah,
Right.
he's something.
Does Thompson play Pango?
I'm pretty sure you need to play Pango right now if you're
Yeah.
a mid laner.
Okay.
You can't just have.
It definitely seems like a Thompson-esque hero for sure, too.
Yeah.
Like, so do you think the removal of the lucky shot on illusions was a nerf or a buff?
Why would it be a buff?
See, I think it's actually a buff because I watch all these games with Pango players where they get Terrorblade reflections and they get silenced and they die. Or they're playing against Shadow Demon and they get disrupted and they die. How often, like really, how often did you even get to build Manta?
I didn't see the Shadow Demon for quite some time. Same goes for TB. I don't know.
I think it's a net buff. I think it's actually, I think it's
You
better
don't
to
buy
be a Pango
Manta
player.
style. Maybe if you have a bottle and
An
you
illusion
get the
rune,
illusion
sure.
rune,
It's
yeah.
worse. But I think because that situation is rarer than being against an opponent that creates illusions, I'm calling it a buff. Yeah.
I have to disagree, Trent.
What?
I don't think TB is that good of a hero anymore. You can still rely on him to carry games, but it's a no. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, we
Fine.
have Clockwork again, so it's. I think that OG, has this idea about how to play and how to work with Clockwork, and they're gonna put it in their draft again. Which actually maybe the first game was just to make us believe that the Clockwork is support. Well, actually,
they did a great job of it. If they want to make me believe
Yeah,
it,
I'm
doesn't work
convinced.
well.
No,
yeah. So this is again 2 supports with 0 team fight.
if it is a support, I feel like that is still a flex pick. And there's your
Hey,
Shrek.
there you go.
That's what I like to see. Like
Leshrac
pick
into
stuns.
Clockwork?
Big
But
stuns.
into Clock? That I feel like Clock used to get picked versus this hero.
It's good, yes,
used
but
to
you
feel
have
real good.
you have Edict in your house.
I wonder
How
if
does
this
that
is,
feel?
This might be a support Leshrac. Honestly, I don't know. That seems like the only logical reason to do it to me here is that they're gonna try and do like an earlier push and use the edicts, but I feel like core is pretty rough into Clock.
I don't think so.
You know, you're fine with it. You're down.
We disagree a lot.
Yeah, that
Trent.
sounds good. I don't know. I'm just surprised that you would take it this early. Maybe I'm not guaranteeing its support, I guess, but I feel like they must have that flexibility in their arsenal to pick it this early.
But if you wanted to pick a position 5, I would pick something that have some kind of escape mechanism against Clockwork.
Well, that's what I would say about my mid hero. Right? Like, this is kind of, I don't know. I guess it definitely can still be, because it's basically the same as the SF, right? Where it's like, yeah, it gets countered by these heroes, but it still does its job, right?
Yeah.
We're going to be able to do that mid-game push.
We saw some Lash being played on mid lane. That's the beauty of the pick. He can be played at multiple roles.
Yeah. But for now, they will still ban out the SF. Not going to allow that one through. And then we got the Monkey King taken care of as well.
Yep. No surprises. They did that previous game as well. So far, they are on point of having the same ones banned out. Previously, they banned out Tiny at this point.
Now, what about Invoker? Because there's already a Sunstrike from Bane and from Clockwork. And wow, an Alchemist ban. Got the Acid Spray buff, but damn. That's a bit unusual.
Well, maybe they screamed against them, so
Yeah,
they know something. Maybe someone from CIS scene shared some information.
Could be ILTW,
OG.
you know, being the spy.
He could be a double agent.
He was stuck
It
at the
explains
airport with
so
him for a
much.
while. It's like, you guys, what kind of heroes you think are good now, huh?
Yeah, just kept feeding him some booze, you know? Just slowly get it out of him.
He just, ILTW is like, yeah, we love playing Alchemist now.
Yeah.
He's been so good.
Got him, guys.
I think it's the next big thing. Oh, but Gold banning it out. I don't know. That's not how he talks, by the way.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I really thought he was Dutch, but all right, that's cool. If I'm watching it for, what about like a Dazzle? I mean, I guess you don't want ban position 5. They'll just take care of the Ember. Yeah, that makes sense.
But why would they ban out the Ember?
Because they already have
There he is.
Next Assassin,
I guess. Yeah.
and it's a elusive hero. They don't have much lockdown for him.
Pango versus Leshrac is really nice.
Pango versus
Why?
anything is nice.
Because Leshrac just wants to run in the middle of the fight and not have anyone touch him. And until he has a BKB, Pango will just eat you up. One roll into like chain stun to death.
All right, so just get a Grimstroke or get a, well, depending on what kind of role those play, or a Puck, and you're good.
It's a good Puck game.
Yeah.
G
and
loves
G
to play
loves
it.
Puck,
Exactly.
and it works.
They could also get a Queen of Pain
Yeah, I was
for
going to say
him.
Queen was the
That's
big
what
one,
they-
right? Versus the Clockwork.
Clockwork.
Hits, of course, that was when it was core Clockwork, though. And you knew every single game he's going to hit 6, he's going to run mid.
Because what's Pango gonna do? What's Quap gonna do against Pango? The reason you pick Puck is surely mostly for Pango. Ooh, hey,
Wyvern.
that's a core Leshrac then.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Okay.
can't hear it. Trent.
Yeah,
I think my
yeah.
I think my earbuds are broken.
Hey, I wasn't saying it was guaranteed. I'm just saying they must have the flexibility
All right.
in order to pick it this early.
Look at everybody.
Of course, that would be like the world's worst support duo, because then you have like, how do we hit a stun ever? Like, I guess you need lightning slow, but now they are still lacking a little bit. I mean, obviously they have team fight from the Winner's Curse now, but not looking like the best game for it.
Why
quite
not
yet.
Grimstroke? Imagine the Soulbind and all the lightning flying around. Pew, pew.
I don't know. He doesn't like it. Illidan's making a face at you. He's not.
All
into
right, when things are going back,
It
bad,
worked for
fall
Envy.
back.
Let's
the
see if it
Spectre,
works
all
for us
right.
as well.
Uh,
that. Yeah,
their
that was
vision game
something.
is going to be strong. Pango is going to be in the back line,
That's
creating
true.
a lot of space. Clockwork is going to have an easy time using the hook shot plus vision from Rocket, also Haunt.
Yeah, that was a big combo before too. It was like the haunt and the hook shot. So yeah, they have a ton of vision in these team fights.
And how are they going to lane it? Because still the Clockwork and Pango are both still flexible. I guess that's the reason why they picked up Spectre first over
Yeah,
having
exactly.
it saved for last.
Yeah, so either it's going to be Thompson on the Pango or Mad.
Zeus or Invoker. Let's finish this global lineup.
Yeah, that's true. Or the Night Stalker, right? And then they can't see anything between Haunt and playing at nighttime and everything.
Dude, that would be OP.
Then, but you have Wyvern with the night vision talent, so life's okay. One person can see. So this was one of the heroes we mentioned before the series started, of just like all but gold classic. Lots of Medusa, lots of first phase bans of the hero versus them. Hero was a little stronger then, but still a comfort one for them. And this will probably be Illidan playing, we assume, right? No, they're not going to slap G on this Medusa.
I'm not sure. But it looks like a really good Medusa game, even though Pango can't build into Diffusal Blade. Same goes for Spectre. I mean, if you think about Mana Burn Cogs, Mana Burn, Fiend's Grip.
There is a lot of Mana Burn, actually.
There's a lot of Mana Burn, but
yeah.
The damage is kind of static. Can you actually use Pango's ulti in Clockwork's Cogs? Can you get trapped inside? Is there enough space?
You can jump.
You can jump in.
Yeah, you can jump because they're big enough now.
Yeah.
So you can jump in and out.
But if you're stuck in it and someone else is stuck in there with you, that'll be annoying.
Yeah, they're not getting out. They're having a real rough go.
Well, they are also getting bounced about. Do they not get bounced out of the cogs?
I mean, if you were right next to the wall, maybe. But there's so much space in there now. I feel like it's unlikely, but I guess we'll find out.
And we'll find out. I like it.
We don't get to see a whole lot of Clockwork, and they're going to check their lanes here and ban that Razor. That was the other hero that was first phase banned a ton versus Old But Gold.
So they ban out a Razor. They're going to have last pick. What is their last pick going to be for OG here? Assuming that is going up against Medusa, right?
Well, that's what we got to figure out. We got to see what the Old But Gold pick is
But
first.
Medusa normally is mid, let's be real.
I mean, normally. But it's also dire side, so it's already a little bit worse than usual compared to having like the camp right there on the Radiant side, so.
Okay.
I think
Are
OG
you saying that
wait.
Radiant Medusa is better than Dire Medusa?
It's for the mid lane. Because like when you're in the mid lane as the Radiant Medusa, you have that camp right there, which is really nice to confirm. But it's true, when you're Dire Medusa, however, the triangle is just, of course, the greatest thing ever. So they'll ban the Wiper. He's been relegated to final ban instead of first ban. But he's still there, you know.
I mean, if they wanted to pick Viper before, they could have.
Yep.
Instead of Spectre, I don't think they would
If they
ban out
really wanted
Spectre.
to have Viper mid, they could have gotten that.
Invoker. I feel like the OG could go for it. Just a couple of points in Exort for extra kill potential on Bane and Clockwork, and mana burn against all these heroes, and just counter initiation could be so good.
This is a Venge core?
Yeah, I think this is. I guess it must be. Is it Illidan Venge, G on the Medusa, and a
Pagna is a great pick here.
BZZ Leshrac.
You say Pagna?
Pagna, yeah. With Ether Lens, you cast the Cripify on Winter Wyvern ulti, mana burn. Also, Lesh uses a lot of mana, so that's gonna hurt him a lot.
I feel like they're gonna pick Invoker. I mean, it's in the Nyx. That is the big downside for sure, but it's also Thompson, and there's so many setups for the Sunstrikes that it kind of looks good.
I mean, they could also switch Pango to mid and have an off-lane hero.
Yeah, they can definitely get away with the mid, actually.
I think that will probably be what you'd want to do, right? Because then you can just get a Diffusal. You don't need to... Because I would say the only reason to pick Invoker is if you're going for the EMP against Medusa.
Yeah, I kind of like that Night Stalker still, honestly. That'd be pretty hype.
Ooh, like it. Another one that does well at nighttime, though. Does he? I think he does.
Who the hell's playing
he has increased night vision.
Okay.
So it will be a Thompson Pango.
And it's G on the Venge.
What?
Okay.
That's a new one.
Yes, I mean, it is more... I've seen Illidan play it before, but I definitely like an Illidan Medusa more than I like a G Medusa. And because G can now be active, right, on this Vengeful Spirit. And I've seen BZZ spam quite a bit of Leshrac as well.
I remember Team Spirit during one of the qualifiers. They spammed Venge on mid, just 5 lads group up as 5. It feels like it's one of those games. Just buff up your Medusa.
Hey, it worked last game.
It did.
Just kind of group up. And Medusa drafts can do the same thing where they have this like early timing that you don't really think about because Medusa's kind of viewed as like a later one, but it's a lot like SF where it's just like you get to a certain point, you power spike a little. Unfortunately, that's definitely been pushed back a lot because of the mana talent being pushed further up, but the Snake Steel is just so broken anyway that it's fine.
But this time OG has a lot more to deal with that. Well, they're kind of greedy though, with the Lycan and the Spectre.
Yeah.
So... If it's going to be a Divide game again from Old But Gold...
They have no wave clear.
Well, you're not making it sound very promising for OG.
I'm just saying, they actually don't, right? I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I don't think they have any wave clear on their team. They have Spectral Dagger.
Lacoste, what does OG need to do to win this game?
I mean, they need to snowball. They need to win lanes. Not necessarily win lanes, but this Lycan needs to have a lot of farm and create a lot of space for his team, and then Spectre can actually work with it.
Okay, well, let's find out if that is going to happen in game number 2 of the series with OD Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yes, OG versus OldButGold game 2. OG are going to have to step it up quite a little bit. They've got a bit of a different draft. They've got the Seb off-lane Lycan, ILTW playing the Spectre. I mean, how does this all fit together? Are we liking OG's approach this game, Giannis?
I don't know, actually, now. I have not seen a draft like this where they have like, their team fight and disables are extremely limited. It's going to all be coming from the Pango, really, when you look at it. Their draft focuses so much on tops and having a good game and being able to abuse like these Rolling Thunders. We did see that happen, though, in the earlier series. We saw, Ryoya having an excellent game on the Pango, just literally Rolling Thundering into 5 heroes and having nothing for them to counter him. This time they do have ways to stop him. They have a Curse. They have the swap, which is like repositioning. It's not really going to stop it, but it can be a bit annoying. And immediately he actually gets a D-ward in the mid lane, so Topson will start with a little bit more gold, so that'll help him. As I was pointing out, he's very crucial in this game for OG to have a good mid game.
On the end, yeah, I mean, dude, think you got this combo right. You get the curse down, you drag them all in on one, and then bam, the Venge comes in, swaps the curse target, and then pulls all of the people attacking him in on one.
It cancels it.
Does it actually?
They stop attacking immediately. Yeah.
Really? Well, they don't get pulled towards it like if Axe gets repositioned?
No.
Oh, more you know. I didn't know. Twitch chat definitely didn't know that either.
They do have... I thought you were going to bring up that they have chain stuns. They have curse into stone games.
Well, that's what I was going to... Sure, that works, but that requires the Deucer. But I thought you could swap and then drag them towards the Deucer.
No, as soon as you break the distance, it breaks it.
What is the... Is there a distance? Is it a set number?
It's small. What is it, 500-ish? That's the AoE. So if they break 500... Vanscore's going for another courier snipe.
No, but I'm saying you swap the curse target.
If you're within 500, yes. If you're not within 500,
I see what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You understand?
I see what you mean. No, that's not too far at all.
Okay. No-Tail is going to be actually going for the Enfeeble level 1. Some of that attack speed that can come out onto the harassment of ILTW.
Yeah, I mean, these sort of dual... Seb's going to have a bit of a tricky time up top, isn't he?
He should, yeah. He should definitely have a bit of a tricky one.
This is a strong lane with the Venge and the Wyvern. A lot of spam.
They don't have ways to stop them from cutting waves, though. So Jarex could just walk and pull a wave, which I think he's actually going to do immediately, as I was saying that. He's literally walking to do it right now.
And yeah, the mid lane matchup, having this Pango versus the Deucer, bottom lane, RTW. Getting harassed very heavily. Has got a salve, still has the 4 tangos to stick around in the lane.
Such a strong lane. I mean, these double stun lanes with Leshrac being so powerful right now. The pressure you can apply is very high. But Lycan's farming, and Pango's farming.
Here's Seb. Not doing too bad at all up top. 8 for 3. Let's see what he goes this game on the Lycan. As you can only imagine, it's got to be standard stuff, right? Helmets, Necro books against this Deucer.
I would imagine. I don't think there's really anything else you can go on this hero. I don't think the builds are very open. And you're versus Medusa. So.
Say that now, but 15 minutes in, Seb's going to come out with his Radiance.
Hey, they did say they had some ideas, right?
They did. They didn't say they were good ones. So we'll see.
They're getting good farm, at least on this top and mid lane. The pull that Jarex did behind the tower denied a full wave from the Venge.
Got the chain stun here onto No-Tail. They got the damage, though. It doesn't look like it. No-Tail's got the brain sap. He's going to get run down. Fairy Fire pop. No-Tail will survive for now. Vela is going to try and find him. He has another stun up in 2 seconds. Won't go towards the tower, though. We'll let No-Tail be, as nobody will die today down on the bottom lane.
It's really interesting just seeing him spamming out this Enfeeble. I see it in later stages a bunch, but in the early game, it just feels really funny now because it doesn't do that like minus damage, minus attack speed, of course. So, and the status reduction is just not really a thing.
Well, level 1 is not.
In lane phase, just doesn't. You don't really have things that.
You got the dagger, right?
Yeah.
Extra bit of time on the sly.
I don't even think that works.
Doesn't it?
Maybe. It might. I don't know if that one works.
Thompson there taking a bit of a hit there from the Snake and No-Tail.
No-Tail. Oh, he gets... Valar spotted him trying to kill himself.
He did.
He knew.
I mean, that's why normally supports don't do that to tier 1s. They go to the tier 2s because a TP into a tier 1 can result in a free and easy kill, and it's not just it's first blood as well for Vela. thanks to Notel.
That's one of the things when you're playing versus like Bane, Undying, these heroes that just drain their mana pool super quickly and then go to do that. You always watch like all your towers. Usually you're watching the tier 2s. So that one was really fast by Velar.
Yeah. It reminds me of my favorite meta, where Avenge herself was bugged. You remember that one?
Yeah, when you died to towers.
When if you died to tower, you would crash the server.
Because you applied the aura, right? When you died, you applied aura, so it applied there.
They got him. They got the Spectre. But yeah, because
your aura would apply to the tower.
Because that was like this, but on an extreme level. You're not TPing to get the first blood. You're TPing so the server doesn't crash.
Thompson.
We should bring that back, Gaben. Get it in the next notes.
Please, God, no.
Add server-ending capabilities to certain heroes.
It lasted for a bit.
Oh, Thompson.
Thompson's in.
He's got a ball trade. He's got swashbuckle in a couple of seconds. But probably with the mana, it's not going to be enough. He's got a fairy fire too. Go for it.
He wants
just swashbuckle. What? Sure, that's
he's
a kill.
waiting for 5. I think he's waiting for his level 5.
Okay.
Perhaps.
Okay.
I'm watching their lanes. We're not missing anything. No worry.
Oh, he went for it on the range creep, so he didn't get all the hits.
He did wait for 5 though, right? Yeah.
He did, but didn't go for the kill on Illidan. Maybe, I mean, Illidan did have a fairy fire, so not believing in the damage at that point to be enough to kill the Medusa. Top lane, Jarek's going for a bit of a rundown onto Vanskor. Underneath the tower, Jarek's won't step any further.
The cores are farming fine on OG.
Similar story to the start of game 1.
Yeah.
We saw all 3 cores farm all right at the opening.
Bottom's going to be using a lot of regen to make sure the Spectre can be down here, but...
White Carapace quickly in time. Make sure that Thompson can't get to the bounty rune. But Gold will be able to hold on to that one. That's overall OG able to claim 3 of the 4 bounty runes. Here at the 5-minute mark.
Seb's going to have a Dominator at a very early time, so this is kind of cool that he can play as this active Lycan, right? He can just hit 6, and we do see the carry Lycans where they hit 6, they just run, and you make something happen, right? But now it's like you're not really, it's not a sacrifice at all, because you're the offlaner. You're not the one who's supposed to be carrying the game. You're just the one who's putting pressure on, so... Looking forward to who his first target is. It's probably going to be the Dusa with like a Pango. They're probably just going to look to dive, but... He has options.
Top lane Jarek's. And a bit of a rundown here by the Arctic Burn. As he is not escaping. Vanskor even lets it go the way of G. G's able to get in and get that kill. Bottom lane. Opening stun onto RTW. They have the stun from Vela as well with the Diabolic Edict. It's a lot of damage. Not quite enough though. RTW will be able to get back. They'll turn their attention towards Notel. In fact, Notel tries to stand and turn for an enfeeble. Means he gets caught out by the first stun. Vela won't have a follow-up. So Notel managed to get away, but the pressure continues to be there on this bottom lane. It isn't slowing down the Spectre's farm that much, though. ILTW still 28 CS on the safe lane.
Thompson's, I think, gotten every rune that I've been seeing in the mid lane. He's actually making a move.
I mean, he knows he can. He's still got a regen rune in that ball. And a stick charge. He's getting beautiful amount of bounces here. He's trying to pop the rune to salve up so he has enough mana for one more spell, and he'll be able to do it. He should be able to de-aggro and get out as well, and he will. Thompson's able to walk away. Same time, they get the kill on G. 2 core kills for OG.
He didn't even have to use his ulti, actually, on Seb. He still has it for the next one. He just had the Dominator creep that just got picked up. And now Thompson has the Javelin finished up. So much higher damage potential coming out of him. Also getting that solo kill.
Well, Illidan's got to be a little more careful, and it's not like sort of really last game where they had a mid laner of an SF that gets crushed and you've got that flash farm capability. Sure, you can still farm very well on the Dusa, but it's not quite as fast, and it's a very different pace you're playing compared to the Greaves SF that they have mid in game 1.
Oh, totally. And they don't have like a Chen. They don't have a push lineup really this time. They have Edict, which is that's like the best pushing tool, but yeah, they need the Dusa to be big in this game because she's going to be their frontliner, so she needs to be able to have time to back up and resort to jungle.
We're going to look for the setup up top. Thompson comes in. He's got the swashbuckle. Seb doesn't even need to be here. As Jarek's and Thompson will finish off the kill themselves.
And now they can transition to a tower push.
A lot of pressure.
And that was him dying, respawning, TPing, dying again. So no TP on the Venge for 30 seconds, so they're going to look to keep making aggressive plays.
Try for Vanskor. Hunting him down in the trees. Another swashbuckle hit comes through with a Javelin. Pushed back by the cogs. He's out of mana and he's surrounded. Stuck in the tree line. OG will pick up another kill up top. The push continues. Same time down bottom. Notel will be spotted. Vela has got the first stun to set up. The nightmare will end and BZZ can chain stun him down. Thompson is there though, and in fact that's going to allow Notel the safety to stay alive. Thompson rolls forward. He's got the catch onto BZZ. BZZ cannot escape this. Thompson making the moves around the map. It's making these lanes look that little bit nicer. Spike Carapace comes out. Does also have G by his side. Notel will be found out. So Albert Gold do find some sort of a trade, but they're losing their cores a lot. BZZ, G, and Illidan all dying within the last couple of minutes.
I'm actually checking something quick on Thompson. I want to see how many games he's played on this year.
I don't think we've seen him on that much.
I can't say that I've seen him on it
No,
ever.
I mean it definitely seems like a Thompson-esque hero.
It absolutely
It
does.
is such a hero that you can imagine he is confident on. And so far this game is looking pretty good from him. He's got the double damage. We'll be able to set up there for the two-man swashbuckle, and that'll be a kill onto the Nyx assassin. He'll try and look towards G, but G's able to get far enough away. But Thompson getting a lot of work done. On actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure a hero we don't usually see them play.
I'm checking through his entire list right now to see if
And you don't see anything from the
definitely not in competitive. He's played it 30 times in pubs.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, if anything, as you say, surprised that we haven't seen it more from him.
Yeah.
It's sort of his style of play. The guy likes to play Monkey King mid. Pangolier is going to fit right into his arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, he's just being able to... His best part is when he's super active, Thompson. And this is the perfect hero
This
for
is the hero.
4-0-2. Sure, 39 last hits, but he's claimed, I want to say every single rune this game. The power runes, that is. Not the bounties, of course, but...
He's going to miss the opening swashbuckle. He does get the perfect angle for the continuous bounces here, even using the angle to make sure it's not an entirely straight line so he doesn't stack the stuns. He'll keep rolling in. Another swashbuckle. Jarex is able to close the gap. That's going to be another kill. Seb's there with a wraparound, and they've now got the opening onto G, TP'd into this. But OG will overrun him, pick up another, and Thompson just continuing to perform. Maybe this is what they didn't play it before because it was too strong. They had to hold back Thompson's potential. They didn't let him play the Pang. It would have been too easy.
They're really
but now they let it out.
They're steamrolling over this game, and it's not like they're steamrolling, they don't have ways to push. They have a Lycan, so they have objective taking when they are getting the ball rolling here. So immediately, they get these two towers early on as the rotation's gone, put aggressive wards down, and are now starting to invade enemy jungle already early on when you're playing versus Adusa. So you're shutting down her way of catching back up.
Talking about balls rolling, can you can't, if you're Tusk, pick up a Rolling Thunder Pango in your snowball, can you?
I think you can.
Can you?
I think I would.
I want to see that play.
I mean, we did the whole.
Not that we will. There's no Tusk.
Yeah, there's no Tusk.
I'm thinking about balls.
Now you're just putting me on the spot.
Yeah,
that's just rude. At least we tested the Ricky Pango Ember Spirit one where you eat the Pango. Or with Lifestealer, and the Lifestealer that eats the Pango still has it, so I'd imagine...
Well, the Lifestealer could eat the Pango whilst he's rolling
thundering, and then you can jump into Storm Spirit and zip, and the zipped Storm Spirit is Pango bouncing.
No, it does. So he has the Rolling Thunder effect around him.
We tested it.
No, he doesn't.
We tested it with Day 9
I don't
Blitz.
believe it.
Absolutely. I was the Ricky.
Why aren't we seeing this in a meta where both Lifestealer and Pango are very good? I guess the Aghanims part of the Lifestealer is not very good. That's why we don't see it.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're missing out on some plays here. As Thompson continues to bring them, and Jarex continues to do what he did last game, miss every single hook shot. He's along for the ride, Jarex, and he's loved. They're crushing the game at the moment, OG. 4K lead, 10-4.
Yeah, and G's game has gotten so shut down because of that top lane. They would manipulate the wave. Yeah. We saw him recover, but he's avenged this time around. So it's much harder. They're really just reliant on Illidan getting massive, and how's the Lesh doing?
He's struggling as well.
He's struggling for the mech, but he's really struggling in comparison. He's trying to match the push of the Lycan.
And is it really going to make a difference?
Hey.
We'll have to win.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah, okay. Hey, Jerax should be fine here. Thompson's rolling in. Found BZZ's, found G as well. He wants to go for the both of them. Gets the bounce back on the tree. The swap's there. Now with the Vendetta, the two of them will maybe be able to get away. Can they chase down G?
Lucky shot.
With Seb coming in with the ult, should be able to run him down. Another swap. They're sliding around here. Vanscore turns with the Winter's Curse. There's a couple of walls biting onto the Pango, but it won't be enough to threaten Thompson's life. Thompson's ready to go again. Spike Carapace does trip him up a little bit. The Wyvern's already dead. Illidan looking to walk into the fight. Got a snake out onto Seb. Vela eyeing him up still from the Vendetta. You're going to see the swashbuckle attempts at the same time. RTW and Notel find BZZ off in another world of his own. He's miles away from them all and back towards bottom. Illidan, he's out of mana. The swashbuckle again from Thompson comes out onto the two of them. This time Jarex, he hits it. He's in onto Vela as 4 will die on Albert Gold. Only G alive at the moment. As the Wyvern now responds G. In fact, he could also be in trouble. Notel's got a Fiend's Grip. Oh, and he's got it.
The status off.
He even goes for the Enfeeble. The extra bit of greed to secure the kill. Haunt in. Thompson jumps forward. It's a monster kill streak from this Pangolia.
And they don't even give the kill to the Spectre, who now daggered into the base. And now LTW, he's... All right, stuns off the mark.
All right, whoa. Wait, what was he doing there?
He's he haunted back. His original illusion disappeared, I think, and he tried to jump back to it, and he jumped to the base.
Be careful there, Archie Dummies.
No, it's just on
7K lead now for OG. They're hitting the timers that they want to with this Lycan lineup.
Yeah, I mean, they gave up those first 4 kills a long time
Oh,
ago.
look who they found. Another one here for Thompson. In he rolls, out he rolls, godlike on the Pangolier.
My God.
I'm telling you, it was too... OG have whipped it out now. You know, they're getting beaten around. They're losing these games. They're like, we've got to do it. We've got to bring out the Thompson Pango.
Every time I see this hero in the mid lane, after I saw Midwin doing it, I'm just like, oh my God, this hero is insane. Because you have rune control, because you're always able to use your swashbuckle to guarantee them, and Lucky Shot is just insane.
That's out. It's probably going to be a dead one here. The stun's coming in. OG, of course, getting a lot out of the map. All lanes pushed in onto Old But Gold's half.
And Seb just keeps taking Ancients too, so it's like, do so, you want to farm Ancients, but that area of the map is not safe for you whatsoever. Ven just totally shut down now. They're gonna need some type of dream scenarios here. Thompson just playing.
Hey, Jarex. Does he want to hook? No, he's scared. He don't want to hook shot into that.
Okay, they're bringing 4 heroes to try to secure their ancient area and the bounty. So we have 10 seconds. OG, they've got 2 or 3. They've got 4 around here actually with Thompson, who has mana and a mech.
He's level 12. And they're going to go for the hook shot. They're going to start things onto Vela. BZT does have the chain stun onto the clockwork, but it's not enough. Now Seb with the helmet, the Dominator. Sentinel gets the stun out onto the 2 of them. Jarex is able to get himself outside of the cogs. One more right click from Vela will finish him off with the spike carapace, and with the mana burn he gets the kill, but they've lost BZZ. The wraparound already coming into play as Thompson hits the 3-man swashbuckle. They are turning, right clicking him down. The mech's going to be popped. It's keeping Thompson healed up. Stone Gauge from Illidan being used in an attempt to keep himself alive, but another swashbuckle's there onto G. G will fall. Vela is under the cover of Vendetta. He cannot show himself. He will not have the damage to kill Thompson. So he'll have to keep himself hidden and just hunting this down. But again, another team fight lost by Old But Gold. They're lucky to get that Deucer out of there.
It's been starting to snowball completely out of control, but they've got no map control. They're just kind of running around now, just running into OG. Can they get a good stun here?
They do. Perfect setup from BZZ. The 2-man stun is there. The chain control comes into play as they'll kill Thompson, and they'll get Seb as well with the Splinter Blast coming into play from Vela.
Who got it?
So not from Vela, Vanskol.
The 2 supports got the kills. Those were 900 kill bounty and a 700
the
kill bounty.
supports will be happy.
Yeah, but they need the Deucer to get. At least the Deucer got experience, right?
Yeah.
Deucer got it.
Yeah, Illidan was in. He was in there. And that's, a couple of K knocked down off the lead that OG had. And, of course, if you are but gold, any sort of window slowing down this game is going to be good news with this Deucer.
Valor instantly queued up a Midas after getting that gold on the Nyx.
Oh, no. To be fair, though, Old But Gold did win with the Midas last game.
They did win with the Midas.
So maybe they have the power.
Oh, and they're hunting in Jarex.
Jarex
is spotted.
And they've got him. Another kill. Old But Gold starting to run themselves back outside of the map. Get these, get this money out. Get that mech complete on BZZ.
G's just a walking aura, and at this point, he just has to stand next to his Dusa when he has Vlad's. His damage is just yeah. He's not really the one. He's not really the focus. He's just the damage amplifier for his team. If they can get those multi-stuns, that's the way that they can come back. Just if the Pango is ulting, they don't have anything to deal with him at all. They have the curse, of course, but yeah.
It's going to be hard to kill him with the full grease.
Does he have a finish now?
He's got the recipe on its way out. A very tanky Pango. For 17 minutes in, at least.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 1200 HP, but it's very different because your shield crest provides you, 18% reduction per hero.
All adds up. Good Psalm onto Vela, but Vela's got Illidan by his side. Seb very close to having the money to level all the way up to level 3 Necro. They will find the Wyvern.
He just walked into a Centaur that was sneaky, hiding inside the trees, and just got stunned.
See what you are up against.
Midas now complete on Vela, so we'll start to see the Nyx Assassin grow in levels.
He's going to be level 12 as soon as he's actually able to use it, so that Vendetta will be much more frequent. Oh, and he might actually be able to get a career snipe here.
Does it have anything on? No, it did get everything out, and he was not quite able to get in position to go for it. The smoke, though, is going to be ruined. Thompson knows. As the smoke instantly dispelled by Vela's presence, they'll pop a sentry down. I imagine he'll clip Vela just on the side as he walked past that. They knew that the next assassin was, of course, around them.
OG is ready to fight. They have the Lycan who just popped Book at the
Thompson,
moment north.
he's going in.
Oh, he's very
He's
deep, though. His team's
actually
not there.
crazy. He needs backup and he needs it now. Jarex will come in with a hook shot. The Winter's Curse being used to try and stop him from getting off this Rolling Thunder. BZZ will find the follow-up stun. He did swashbuckle to the side. He's trying to roll away, but he's not going to make it. Thompson, with the overly aggressive play, is punished.
Must have been some type of miscommunication, too, because Seb went top with his Book. He popped Shapeshift, and he had his Book already popped before Thompson even went in. So it looked like he got a little bit left to the Wolves there by his teammate, the Wolf.
They're starting to slip a little bit, OG. That lead, that advantage they had, it's been slowly shut down. And the Illidan's Medusa is only going to grow in a game like this. He's second highest in the net worth.
Level 15.
But you got to be careful the time that you give this Medusa. She is going to be a high ground defense sort of force to be reckoned with. Illidan can hold high ground with this lineup very nicely.
Yeah, and they still have the Wyvern combo that we were mentioning from earlier.
Yeah.
It's 20 to 10. It's still looking pretty solid for OG because they have a Spectre who's getting a good amount of farm, but there is still this Dusa, and they have the combo. Yeah, they have Curse into follow-up stuns, which is... We saw actually OG were the ones at TI who did a lot of the Wyvern Lina in particular. Wyvern Lesh is like the exact same thing.
Thompson's on the hunt. Trying to go for things with the Rolling Thunder on the back. No tell. He's got vision onto Vela. I'm going to set up, jump forward as well with the Haunt, throwing everything in to make sure they get away with this first kill. And RTW is ready to start chasing for more. They do get onto the high ground, Albert Gold, and that will... RTW is a little more careful about how he goes forward. They do put the Rolling Thunders. Thompson looks to close in. Will be held back by that Winter's Curse. He'll have a little bit of time left with the Rolling Thunder. Still able to get in, get the three-man stun and swashbuckle, but Stone Gaze is out. Buyback as well from Vela to put OG off from fighting for more. Seb, he's sort of trapped.
He's got his
He
ulti
can't
now,
get out of here. Can he even get it off? They'll jump back in Thompson with the shield crash. Seb, he's going to be fine. They can turn on towards Illidan. With the summons out as well, Illidan will fall. The Necro Books are enough to get the damage to kill the Dusa. Set up as well onto the Vengeful Spirit as G cannot get back up to the high ground. As Old But Gold, they felt strong enough to try and turn and take that fight with the Stone Gaze, with the buyback from Vela. But it ended up perfect as they were two grouped up. You had this Thompson Pangolier jumping in. I think probably a four-man shield crash proc meant that he was unkillable, the amount of damage resistance he had.
Yeah, he had 72%.
Yeah,
He had 4
72%.
Yeah. And they kind of got baited, right? They were like, oh man, Pangolier's down.
They wanted to take that fight.
He got, what, a 3-man swashbuckle?
Now Jerax playing around with Vela. He's been dusted. As they do get the swashbuckle, no proc of the lucky shot. As you can certainly imagine, though, they will continue to chase it. Yeah, no tails there. TP's in on the high ground. Brain sap to make sure they get the kill. So back up to that 7k lead. Now OG, they can look towards Roshan. Seb's in the pit. Maelstrom complete for Thompson. Scan's going to come out, and already Old But Gold making moves towards the pit.
They scan it.
We could see an Arctic Burn flying from the Wyvern. Vanscore if he wants to try for the steal.
He's trying. It's pretty low as well. Might have a decent time.
He's got a Winter's Curse as well.
Oh, gets an illusion.
Oh.
And they'll clean it up. And will they be able to get him as well?
I mean, yeah, if he gets the real hero there, that's probably going to do it. Probably would have bought time for him to have a really good shot at getting the steal.
But now he'll pay with his life.
Yeah. He's slowly being hunted down by the two of them. No trees will keep him hidden with this Pangolier rolling in. It's another kill for the OG boys. Now they can start to really amp up the pressure with that Aegis. As we see being held by ILTW.
Yep.
Seb feeling strong enough on his own to not worry about his life being threatened. And RTW as well, also going to a different build to the Spectre that we saw earlier from Envy today. He's going for the Manta Diffusal this game.
So it's the Dusa. Makes sense.
Yeah. The amount of mana drain they'll have between that and the Necro Book, it makes Illidan's life very hard.
Even versus the Lash, it's very strong too.
Yeah.
Like Lash, he's got a high mana pool, but you use so much mana on that hero that will definitely be obnoxious. And yep, they've got Haunt available again. They've got everything available. Thompson's ult is up in 20 seconds, so they're just going to keep themselves right outside the base with the wards covering all the exits and not let this Dusa get more farm.
See, he's in mid lane. BZZ does step out. OG won't quite be able to get the jump on him. They don't really need to for now. They just want to try and get all three waves, all three lanes pushed into Old But Gold's base. They have got good high ground, though. It's not
Yeah.
an easy push to the high ground for OG.
No, they have to watch out in multiple ways, right? The curse setup and also even just a swap. It's a level 12 Avenge, so 850 range. He can definitely find situations if anyone steps up too far. They're actually going to smoke. They're going to look to catch OG off guard when they're splitting up and pushing in all 3 waves. So yeah, it's weird. We were talking about how G is a glorified support. Vlad's 4 staff on the Venge, so it's all about just save my Dusa, reposition my Dusa out of cogs or out of whatever happens.
It's fun, a nightmare opportunity there. Actually going to hook shot in Jax. He's trading on top of the Dusa. The horn is going to be popped as well. IOTW tries to go for the back lines, but Fanscore with a self-call with Embrace will keep himself alive. Outside of the base, they'll be the first to pick off Vela. Winter's Curse holding back the Pangolier, stopping from Thompson from getting in for more. It's just the Nyx Assassin down, but they did use Stone Gaze on Albert Gold, so a little less of worry in top lane. Look at Seb, just walks in, he's taking your racks whilst you're being drawn your attention towards mid. In fact, they're collapsing in on mid, diving deep, killing off the Wyvern. Illidan is surrounded and held in place by Jax's cogs. He's still got a fair bit of mana to run away with. Buybacks are coming out from BZZ as RTW was able to kill him off. The Diffusal Blade doing a decent amount of damage, and now on top of the Dusa, the draining of the mana will begin. G turns with a Magic Missile. Jax again holding both BZZ and Illidan in place with the cogs. G manages to just get back to base. The Rocket Flare not enough for Jax to kill him off. The Aegis is popped on ILTW. They are diving pretty deep. Seb, he's keeping it strong to the objectives. He's focusing on the mid-rack. Swaps back from ILTW. Seb, he got the mid-melee. They don't really care if ILTW dies here as they already took 2 sets of racks, and ILTW does indeed die. They kill the Spectre, but they're 2 melee racks out. Thompson's able to ball out and roll out of there as well. So OG got, well, they got more than what they came for. A set and a half of barracks, and only the Spectre's life to pay for it.
They're all just so tanky. Like the Thompson Pango just goes in, and I feel like he's always having 3 heroes at least hit by Shield Crash. So he's just 50% damage reduction going into the fights over and over again and just running in.
And for OG, they just have to just rinse and repeat. Go for the same play down bottom, throw some bodies in past the tower, and be able to focus on the racks with Seb.
They know that the damage is pretty limited on the side of Old but Gold. It's only if they get like completely caught out of position that they'll really die.
Yeah. Our next push, Lycan, Seb's going to have level 18 and he's going to have the completed Assault Cuirass. So those barracks are going to melt even quicker.
Yeah, Dusa was forced to go for BKB as we saw in that last fight. There's just too much
mana drain. You have to. As you say, it's going to slow down the timing on your sort of your first major damage item, but it's also a necessity in a game like this. You have to get that BKB. You need that big item on top of it, really, before you pose any sort of threat towards OG's pushes.
Yeah, and now, I mean, with 2 sets down and you're playing versus a Lycan lineup, the game gets super difficult because they only have one thing they really have to address, and it's just bottom. That's all that OG really has to think about. Their lanes are going to always push in. They picked up pretty much every small item they can on the Spectre. You see the Ring of Tyrus and the Vitality Booster, just as much HP as possible to end it out.
They're ready to end it, OG.
DD on Pango, as well as level 18.
Oh!
Constantly.
Able to force him outside the base here. Illidan pops the BKB. Thompson is going to go straight for the back lines with the Rolling Thunder. Curse is dropped down to hold the Lycan in place. Illidan tries to get the Stone Gaze off. Magic Missile down, but Seb, he's turned away. He'll actually turn back towards it. Oh. That's going to mean the Stone Gaze is going to prop. They walk straight into the Stone Gaze. As they do get the 2 kills, but now can they be pushed away from the base? They're 3 dead on Old but Gold. Illidan is still alive. Thompson's mana getting drained by the Snake. Thompson will manage to survive. RTW and Notel also on the retreat. And they're now just holding us 2 of them. And OG are only down the Lycan.
He literally just turned right back in.
I mean, Seb let himself be Stone Gaze there. He did. He turned back into it.
I think he's like, we're winning the fight. I mean, whatever, if I die. I'm not too sure, because he literally turned right back in to try to focus the Venge and just got stoned. His team did clean up a bit there.
They do. I mean, yeah, they get the 3 kills. They don't get the bottom tier 3 and they don't get the barracks. I mean, it felt like sort of that was the OG play the wrong way round. That time it was Seb running in and the rest of the team sort of say, oh, I guess we'll start hitting the tower. They didn't get it the right way around that they have been able to do so with the top and the middle pushes where you have the whole team creating chaos and creating space for Seb to hit the buildings rather than the heroes.
Yeah, I think he thought that he was like, oh, I'm going to get a nice sneaky wraparound, but yeah, Vanscar was there and just cursed him.
Yeah, good amount of
with
control.
His book. Yeah.
Of course, OG still holding on to the sizable lead this game with his 2 racks up.
Yep, and they even have a base ward in the bottom side. So if whenever that push does come out, they'll be able to see where All But Gold is positioned to if they want to make an instant jump, because they do have those blink daggers now, at least on the tops in Pango.
Dire's top shrine.
Vela gets the chance to finish off this Aghanims. It's going to make, it's another component added into this
has fallen.
potentially very strong high ground defense. I mean, we saw it wasn't very strong earlier because OG were able to smartly play around it with sort of the split push idea. But now when it comes down to the point where it's this one set of racks that you're protecting, then All But Gold, their high ground defense is actually better. That they're now only having to really worry about that mid lane, that bottom lane racks. Like, you know the push is going to come from there, unless they do want to try and go for tier 4s, go for the sort of the ending. But the chances are that they're going to be grouped up with the push they're a lot higher when there's just 1 racks to defend.
Yeah, they're just not farming, right? They're trapped in their base.
Yeah,
so
they're
the
just
lead
sitting around Illidan.
Continues to grow more and more for OG as they take out shrines, they take out some more ancient camps.
Illidan, he's got a lot of money. He's got a lot of money on that Medusa. He's got 5.5k gold. He's obviously he's considering the damage items.
He's definitely considering the rapier, I would think, in this one.
Is that the best? I feel like Butterfly is still better in the sense because of these summons.
Butterfly's probably better because of summons, yeah. But their damage is too low. Maybe it's no, actually no. Butterflies. They have the Vengeance Aura with the Vlads.
You get Butterfly.
Yeah, I think you go Butterfly. Yeah, you're right. I mean, or even Scotty, just stats.
He's trying to get towards the secret shop, but OG's sort of here waiting. He needs help and he needs it now. The Fiend's comes out as well as Thompson getting the Rolling Thunder onto the 2 of them in the back, and he's out of mana, and Illidan's dead. He's got to spend some of that money to get back into the game as the buyback comes out. Thompson gets another swashbuckle onto the 2 of them, and that's the dead Wyvern. Vanscore out without buyback. G being chased down by Charax up to the high ground. Another swashbuckle from Thompson finishes off the kill. There's 2 buybacks coming out for the 2 cores of All But Gold. LTW trying to dive in. Another kill for Thompson as his shield crashes in on top of the Nyx Assassin. Buybacks coming out in mass from All But Gold. As they have got everyone back in for the defense. But it's a painful hold for them. It costs a lot of money, and it does lose a bit of that gold. A decent amount, because he was holding on to so much of the Deuce's money. Yeah,
he lost around 900 total after the buyback.
Yeah, so now, I mean, he has to spend something. He was, I'm sure you can understand that he couldn't really get to the secret shop. I mean, I guess they didn't want to try something with the courier. They're worried that there'll be ward control, there'll be some way of it dying. He's now able to get out of there, but just the inability to spend that money earlier meant that he was pretty useless there.
Yeah, and it's such a costly death. That's now you have no buyback. This Deuce gets caught up in games.
And he's still not buying something from the secret shop. He was just next to it. I feel like he has to go and buy something from that shop. If you're not buying something from the shop now, what are you buying? Are you getting something that's just from the base? I don't know what's just from the base that's good for a Medusa. He needs something from the secret shop, and he didn't get it when he had that opportunity to be by it. Now he's going to be back, pushed into the base. OG's going to push for the Aegis, and Illidan, I don't think he's going to be able to spend his money.
It's not looking like it right now. I think he has to go try to buy it.
You've got to get out to that shop whilst you have the chance.
And he's going now. They spotted him.
He doesn't have a TP. So he's going to walk out there and walk back, though.
And they spotted him. They shot the rocket over. They started pinging it immediately when he was leaving the base.
I think he left this shopping trip a little too late. He's selling items. He sells that Wraith Band. He's got enough for the Rapier. He's got the Rapier. He's now got to make sure he gets back. Let the Nyx Assassin die. He's going to head down to the bottom shop at the right, get a TP, get himself back to base. It's a smart play from Illidan, but it doesn't mean they're holding his 4. In fact, back in the base, Seb, he's falling low. He's got to run away. He's not the one with the Aegis. Seb has to be careful. And now Illidan is back. He has the Rapier. He also has no mana, does need to go back and refuel. But at least they got the shopping trip done. The Rapier is on the Deucer, and she's back home safely.
I thought it was a desperate Rapier, but then when he has the Vengeance and stuff, when I saw him next to him, his damage is actually pretty good still, if he had just lots of stats. But they're feeling desperate, right?
I think they're feeling
real desperate.
I would agree. I would maybe like to see the Butterfly, but I mean, well, who am I kidding? We always want to see a Rapier, and we're going to see if it does it this game. As Illidan's got it, the 21k down, 2 sets of racks down. Can a Rapier Medusa recover him? And he's
plus 446 when he's next Avenge, so he's doing 600 damage.
It's a lot of damage. I mean, summons, illusions, they're going to instantly die.
Heart Spectre, on the other hand, not so much.
So they're trying their best. As RTW, they've got to do it twice. Of course, he has the Aegis. Thompson goes in. They're going to pop the ult on Seb. Seb ready to start a wraparound attempt. They do still have the Stone Gaze available on the Medusa.
Starting to poke at those tier 4.
They're just trying to split ult but gold up the best they can. Make it hard for Illidan to find himself in a perfect opportunity to fight. So now Illidan is going to pop that BKB. In goes Jarex with the hook shot. Now the Stone Gaze comes into play. He is actually going to get Seb and the clock. In fact, the Rolling Thunder rolls in and he still gets Stone Gazed, of course. Thompson he's got to be careful. He's trying to keep himself on top of this Dusa, but the stun from BCZ comes out to them. Vela looking for the lineup. Maybe did he not have the stun earlier? Wasn't able to throw it out straight away to get the stun onto the 2, but it may still work out as Thompson and RTW are falling low. But he's out of mana. He's dead. The Dusa's on the sidelines for 100 seconds. GG is called, and OG will manage to close up this game too, bringing it to a 1-1 between the two teams.
Even with the Rapier, he got the four-man shield crash. You just tickle him at that point. You're doing 20%